What's going on, Grifting World? No vintage. Oh man, no vintage. It's sad times. Nobody came across the collection. We're not going to upcharge you by 4 times, or there's no sponsorship that people are all of a sudden jumping in on that said, hey, sponsors are bad. We've got to keep the collecting pure. Carlos could come in right now with $1 Million Man. We could all be happy. So, but Michael, Steve, Dave, IRP 252. Eventful. What's up, Brian and Mike? Talk about a little trading that went on at the old trade deadline for NFL. Very, very interesting, as it used to be pretty much a nothing time. And over the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, it's gotten a little more movement oriented, but at the same time, nothing like a baseball deadline or a basketball one. I'm talking about just, again, a lot of the, if you pay attention to the community, you see a lot of this shit, and a lot of people aren't going to say nothing about it because they want to be friends with people.
Wait a minute, Dave. I thought that was the whole. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Time out. What's the outro, Dave?
Get as much money from everybody that you can, because that's the end goal of everyone.
No, that was the old outro. Send us money. Or give us money, whichever word you want to use.
People are copying that now. Like everything else we do.
No, that doesn't ever happen. I feel like every time I turn around and watch something, just because, and for the record, everybody knows, for the most part, I don't watch all this other rigmarole bullshit, because I don't. What's going on, Jeff? For the simple fact that somehow there's going to be something that's mentioned in this months and or years after the fact that we've been talking about it for months or years, and yet nobody bothers to say anything. How long have we been saying all of this shit that's going on in the card space since COVID? This is not sustainable. I know I've said it a multitude of times. I know you've said it, maybe not in those exact words. I know Vinny has said it. Michael has said it in maybe not the same exact words, but we've been saying it since then. And yet, because we're peons in the space, it seems, other people get the kudos and the, hey, great job. Love the content. Love what you're bringing to the table. Love the honesty. We've been honest since fucking day one.
Yeah, we're not a lightning nook. We're not leprechauns. We're not the beast. We're not Johnny Boggs. We are not catering. We're not Matt Burrows. We're not catering to our wallets, to the algorithm bumping us up. We don't cater to views or fucking likes or people like ogling and then coddling us with like compliments and well wishes. We don't, I'll speak. We don't care.
Well,
None of us care about that. The one thing we do is, if you're going to rip us off, please just at least give us credit. We do that with everybody, no matter who the fuck it is. If it's friend, foe, anywhere in between. Oh, come on, Bobby.
Hey, we have said it from the beginning. We are not everybody's cup of tea. And that's fine. Like Dave said, we don't do this for views. We don't do this for likes. We don't do it for dislikes.
We do it for dislikes. I do.
Well, it was kind of interesting. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but earlier on, I kind of perused through kind of like our highest viewed videos just to see you know,
Well,
here and there, what the percentage of likes to dislikes are. And the only time the percentage is really bad is when there's like 6 likes and there's 1 dislike. But I would just like to go on the record. How in the fuck should there ever be a time in which there's a thumbs down on a Jeff Morris video? Of
I
any
thumb down
video.
every video.
Do what?
I'm the thumb down on every video.
But you're not.
That would take effort.
You're not. But then again, like, that's who you are. And that's why we love you, Michael. But out of all the videos, out of all the shit we've said, how in the world can you thumbs down a Jeff Morris video? Seriously. I like that. Well, and we know this, and that's never going to change. But like, I don't understand, because at the end of the day, Jeff by far is one of the most genuine, laid back, fun individuals that there is. And the fact of the matter is, he comes on the show, we give him free reign to talk about whatever he wants.
Unlike Jeremy Lee, sorry, Jeremy, you suck.
Everybody sits there and listens to what he has to say. And yet, somebody's going to thumbs down a Jeff Morris video. He's giving you information that you're not going to get anywhere else. You're not going to hear some of the inside scoop of what it was like to work for a manufacturer. The first time a lot of us had that experience is when Carlos had Carvin on, when he worked for Upper Deck and then went to work for distribution. So like, that was the first kind of taste way back when of what it was like. But here, Jeff literally gets free reign. We don't tie a noose around him and be like, nope, we're gonna, cinch it down because you decide to go this way. No, we don't do that. It would be no different if we had Carvin on, for instance, or if we had Billy Cilio on here. Be the same type of idea and concept. When we had Kramer on, like, Jeff led that conversation. But again, Jeff had free reign to ask whatever he wanted, so we could ensure that Mike Kramer had the ability to just talk.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do you get that? Oh, wait, you don't. Somebody always has to interject something.
Because somebody's got an agenda to put themselves on a pedestal alongside whatever honored guest there is. Somebody that's in the business, I want to hear what they have to say. I don't want to think hypothetically. I don't want to think, like, what do you think of my idea? No, I don't care about that. I know nobody else does either, because I'm not in the business. If you were the old adage of being like, they were the boots on the ground at the time. I want to hear what it was like to hear their stories, not to hear like, oh man, it was fun for me to open cards. And again, that's pretty much like telling an athlete, I really like watching you play. Cool. I mean, what do you say? I liked opening the cards. Well, I thank you, but I mean, yeah, and I mean, great story,
right?
No, it's like I don't, and that's why I said when Jeremy had him on and you would cut him off. That was like, oh my god, this guy's got so much fucking information, and he keeps getting like the mic cut, and like the vaudeville act with the big, the Gong Show, the big cane getting swept off the stage every time he starts going. Like I can't do this because I want to hear what the hell he's got to say, because that's the era of cards I'm never gonna step away from. Just like somehow all these guys that are younger than us love vintage cards that never saw the guy play. I saw the guys play. We saw the guys play. We collected at the time. We were literally neck deep in the hobby at that time because you could be. So when you have somebody on and you don't give them the opportunity, even if you say beforehand, like again, we've said before with Jeff, what do you want for time? 2.5. Just you let us know when you're ready to pull the pin. That's fine.
Yep.
But I'm not promoting card ladder, card stock, or dildogram, or whatever the fuck you're promoting.
Slab sharks.
Yeah, I'm worried about the fucking guest
Yep.
giving every drop of knowledge he has, so I become smarter. And like, again, I figure it as like a graph or a pie chart. You start putting in a couple of these slivers, and you're like, oh, I get a little better understanding of what was going on at the time, because even as 15, 16, 17-year-old at the time in that mid to late 90s, I'm like, you're sitting there and thinking, well, how much can be going into this? What's the thought process of the odds and this and that? And it's like you start finding out some stuff. It helps. It helps my brain at least have some completion for something out there. And when people at supposedly these hobby pillars, and they're not, they do a disservice to the hobby by keeping these voices quiet. It's like I don't want to hear the same two people talk about an eBay auction ending. That doesn't fucking. I'd rather sit on a cactus naked. It doesn't matter. That if you want to watch eBay, you can watch eBay on your own time. Wow, this is a new high. This has a new high. Wow, awesome, fucking great, magnificent.
I have to pose the question. No, I have to pose the question because, like, it's interesting that you bring that up, and I find it interesting that we've really never talked about it in the past, and not that it matters, because we go freaking down one road and then we take a hard right turn and end up like completely out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
The
Please
inventor
help
of
me.
the frozen burrito died today.
Oh, damn. Ain't that some shit?
He was 88 years old.
I had a frozen burrito yesterday too.
There's your right turn.
Yep, exactly. That might have been off the cliff, but still,
O'Doyle rules.
O'Doyle rules, exactly.
Yep. You're not wrong. So, help me understand why that
is a thing.
Became a thing, because like I get it. Like some of these bigger eBay sellers and or I'll call them auction houses, consigners, whatever term you want to use. I kind of get it, because who was the one seller that was selling off a shit ton of National Treasures and Leaf?
JD Worley.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that
a lot of us
TV every weekend.
A lot of us, because of that, what he was selling, we watched a lot of that.
Yes.
But we watched it as individuals, right?
Yeah.
Because it just like, holy shit. But why all of a sudden has this now become a mainstay of, let's sit here and have a live stream for 2.5 hours talking about all these freaking what they deem as big cards and watch as they end.
Your guys' algorithm is way different than mine. I didn't know people did that.
It's so
Lee does it.
They have watch parties.
Yes,
Mondays.
Auction end parties.
Cancellary's got stuff for Monday, and he used to be on, but I think one of his minions is on now. And then
they live stream their own shit ending.
No. So Sports Card Live, so MC Sports Cards And this is not a knock on him because, like, I don't have any issues with him. I really don't.
No.
But he partnered with Sports Card Live, i.e., Jeremy Lee, i.e., Floating Head.
Yes, Vinny's favorite.
That they watch certain auctions in on I'm pretty sure it's a Monday, like you said, Dave. And it's the higher tier stuff.
Yeah, we're not watching like a PSA 9 hoops Zion go off. It's like you're watching, again, some of them are very cool cards. Some of them are, okay, a Gretzky Opeachy rookie 6.5 is going off. Again, exactly. That's what I would be doing to a Snore X-Lax. But
that's it's helping MC Sports Cards out. Like I get the purpose of partnering. Okay, like again, it's marketing. It's a way to build your brand. And yes, most of us don't like to use the term, building the brand, but like that's his business. That's what he does for a living. So any way that you can promote yourself, you're going to find a way to do. I don't have an issue with that.
But by now, it's like Probstein coming on and saying, hey, we're going to partner with you so we get more visibility. It's like, you don't need more visibility. You guys are DC Sports, MC Sports Cards, and then Probstein. You don't need to have people sit there and like promote them like, hey, you guys got to check out these auctions. It's like,
I think it's just become something that because they get enough people to hang.
Well, I'm sure
it just becomes a thing because Jeremy also has what is it? Is it Real 27 on Instagram?
NBA guy.
Adam? I don't know his name, but like he's also on one, and I don't remember specifically which consignor or auction house it is.
Yeah, he's on at least once a week, maybe twice, depending on particulars and whatnot. So,
but what I find interesting is like I haven't seen other channels, other pillars of the community, influencers, douche nozzles, whatever term you want to use. I haven't seen other people do that. So maybe it's just a small number of people. But then again, Michael, just to kind of add additional context, because you asked about like my algorithm, it's not that I see that shit all the time. I happen to be subscribed to said individual. Not that I watch his stuff. It's more along the lines of, okay, what are you doing? What are you going to talk about? Who do you have on your show and why? I don't give him views, but I know that and I don't want to call him the originator because I could be speaking out of context, but he's one of the first ones that I've noticed that actually does like these auction ending parties, watch parties. And I can do that by myself. If I really give a shit about 10, 15 auctions ending by a specific auction house, seller, consignor, whatever, I'm going to do it by myself because I don't want to be paying attention on this screen and managing comments. No, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to sit there and watch it because I'm curious. Not that I really care, but it's just a curiosity thing.
And for again, not to speak for the people who enjoy that, because again, I don't. If I want to watch something, I'll put it on my watch list. So guess what? If I forget about it, I can go back and say, hey, what did it end at?
Correct.
I think, and again, COVID did a lot of damage. It fucked a lot of shit up. Isolation, people away from people, whatever. Again, I don't care. I like that.
Well, that's what spurned all the live stream stuff.
But that's the thing. I think people just like no matter what niche, genre, corner of any hobby, auto parts, survivalists, sports cards, whatever it is. Some people like being around like-minded people. And again, I get that when we get to national.
Yep.
I get that with this. But we're not we're not talking all the time about cards in the group chat. I'll jump in there once every blue moon and talk about something that's not usually cards. But I think it's the camaraderie that they need, almost like not to be a psychologist, but like the feeling they belong to whatever it is, and they know there's others out there that have the same like-mindedness with whatever it is. Because again, that's just the way they're wired. I'm not. I mean, I mask toys, car crash videos, fucking watching somebody drive up the Oregon coast with like just no noise. I don't care if there's 1,000 people that like any of that. I like it. That's where it ends. Krista will watch it with me because we want to go to Oregon. So we're gonna see some of the spots we're going.
And that is exactly kind of what we're getting at. Like, just because I don't understand it doesn't mean that I'm knocking it. It doesn't do anything for me. It's obviously doing well enough for these people to where they have a decent enough grouping of people that want to watch it. More power to them.
Yeah.
Again, like it's the same concept of collect what you like. Do you, which is exactly what you're saying, Mike. We've always said this. Like, everybody's entitled to do whatever the heck they want to do.
But don't push it on everybody else as something
Don't.
that they need to support, get behind, value more than whatever you're watching. It's like,
well, and don't get pissed off when people start asking questions or talking about it, positive or negative.
what is it? Opinions. We're allowed to have them. Again, you can say, hey, you watched Mystery Science Theater, The Giant Spider Invasion 50 times. Why do you want to watch it a 51st? I love the movie. I love specific parts of Alan Hale, his mouth agape. I love the guy in the corset that's wearing bib overalls that has like a trap door on it. It's fun to me. I don't have to think about the fucking real world. I can get lost in bullshit and nonsense. It was a browsed hour. I can have fun with that instead of turning on the news and seeing the fucking circus of America. I don't want to do that. I want to fucking watch something that's going to make me forget about the fucking Special Olympics in DC. That's what I want to do. And again, anybody can do that with whatever they want, but
so does Joe, obviously. Now, Joe, the question is, would you have watched it if it was an hour and 8 minutes? Just got to ask.
Possibly. I bet you it's maybe in parts. I bet you would have done it in parts.
I don't know. Joe finds opportunities to, I won't call it hate watch. I think subconsciously he enjoys some of the videos in which he consumes just to piss off a few of us.
Well, that's the thing. I think he dangles the carrot, and then like there's a bear behind us, like ready to pounce. Like,
and I mean that with all the love in the world, Joe. I really do, because it either part of me thinks either he's having a bad day, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I've had a shitty day. Now, how can I make everybody else's day shitty? Yeah. So we can all be having a shit day together. I don't know. And then, of course, you brought up we don't always talk cards in our group chat, which we don't. We do on occasion. We bring up, Lois Rung will show us some things that he's won. Me, I post the shit that continues to drive me nuts on eBay listings
Those EX refractors.
because, like, I just Topps gold label, gold refractor, investment, super short print, rare. No, motherfucker. Yes, Topps makes refractors, but Topps gold label did not. Like, what are you smoking? Like, I just, and trust me, I could post a shit ton more,
Oh, it's
but
an epic.
it's it's the ones that just you go, are you are you serious? And those are the ones I seriously want to write these people and be like, dude, if you don't know what you're doing, please exit the hobby and not sell shit on eBay.
I was gonna say you have a lot of people exiting the hobby because there are not a lot of smart people.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many retards called jersey cards patch cards?
a ton.
Almost all of them.
A ton.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And it's what bothers me more than anything.
RPA and it's a plain mesh jersey. You're like, that's not
Here's
an
the
RPA.
thing here's the thing that bothers me the most is these people are catering to individuals that are new to the space and are basically being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
That's more where I have an issue with that than I do anything else. I can deal with stupidity, I can deal with idiocy, but I'm being 100% honest when I say I truly think a lot of these people do it knowingly and purposely to take advantage of individuals that are new to the space and see those words.
Well, yeah, you're hitting a keyword.
Yeah.
And now it's making it seem as though it's that much more intriguing for somebody to buy.
15 years ago, it's refractor. Now it's silver. You say, hey.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes, I don't know if Dave was talking, he was spinning. I mean, sometimes it takes getting burnt to realize that the people you're listening to were feeding you a bunch of shit. And essentially, all they're doing is, because so many people still haven't figured out, all these people are talking up and hyping up these certain cards and selling them under a different named account.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Well,
and it's like, and I mean, that is not unique to the card world. That is every business ever.
Yes.
So,
and I was trying to think. There's one seller, and I'm probably going to say this wrong. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Michael, but it immediately kind of clicked in my head, and I didn't want to lose the thought. There is a seller, and he may have other cards, but I know for a few TD cards that he has really high, most definitely rare, or most definitely just the word choice that they use in the title. And you're sitting there going, wait a minute. So yeah, kind of a cool card. That's an EX preview, but it's not most definitely rare.
If anybody starts a sentence with me, most definitely, I don't want to talk to them. I most definitely want to punch you in the face and or throat.
Throat punch, anybody? So, Mike, I will speak for myself. We the Dallas Card Show is every 2 months here in Allen, which is 45 minutes from me. And it's been going on now for, I don't even know how many years now.
3, 4 at least.
But so it's this weekend coming up. So I'm actually going to the first one that I've ever been to on Sunday because I'm taking my neighbor, who I've talked about, who's, hoping his son gets involved in card collecting. And you know,
We painfully watched some of these episodes.
he has. Well, Dad has.
Suffering.
But take him to a card show so he knows what to expect, so he can mentally prepare his son of what things are going to be like. So, like, you need that experience because you don't want to be throwing your 12-year-old son to the wolves of, card collecting and not know exactly how stuff's going to be. So,
Because there's a
It'll
lot
be
of
the first-
cunts out there.
yes, it'll be the first one that I'm going to. So it's in the plan that we're going to go Sunday. So that's from my perspective here. Anybody
The
else?
other thing too, I'd say for him, and again, this is something you know as well, but just to, if he's watching something and he happens to stumble across that, if you're looking for, let's say, a Drake May downtown and you see 13 of them, how rare are they?
We haven't gotten into that level of detail yet,
But
but
there's something, because again, when you
Correct.
start watching, as I'm guessing, somebody, maybe he's coming back in the hobby, the kid's like,
never.
I think I
never-
want, okay,
never
never.
been in it.
But then if you start consuming quote unquote hobby content right now, you're seeing the same bullshit. It's like, man, I really want this Caleb Williams downtown. Again, you go through, if somebody were to go, and again, that's why I like and again, we name names here, that the Michael Hams, the fishing channel guy, when he goes through card shows and go through the showcase, he'll show tons of shit. So again, you're seeing, okay, there's a Roethlisberger rookie year auto. How many am I seeing? Again, they're not rare per se, but you don't see them just like popping up, littering showcases, downtowns. You do. And again, case hit.
That's because
Keyword.
nobody actually collects downtowns and kabooms.
Yeah.
They just
Well,
flip them.
And case hits are now relative.
Well, that's again like RPA. There's your other keyword, case hit. That's the fucking new, just like the head shaker. It's like, who cares? And they're all the same. There's nothing. Ooh, a color burst. It's a cool looking card, but it should never command the prices that it should command.
Now, yes, Mike, that is an accurate statement. When they first came out, not so much, but now it's ridiculous. So, like, Dave, you don't have many card shows really in your area.
There was one. Funny you say that. There's one this past weekend I didn't go to in Duluth.
Okay.
And then they had one in Hibbing, which is even closer, in October. And I don't know if that was the weekend we were down in the city, or not the cities, in Appleton, or not. But I'm like, I told Trista, I'm like, I really would like to go just to see, but at the same time, I don't want to be inundated with the idiots.
Yeah.
And then a smaller show like that, where it's just like your traditional old school mall show, where like a quadrant or whatever is like just where tables are. Again, I like the card shop guy. At the mall, he somehow remembered my name, and I'm like, I don't remember you from Joe Schmo on the road.
You're not hard to forget, though, Dave.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. But then it's like, see him, but I'm like, I've got enough supplies still. I'm pretty good on that. The only thing I want to look at is like binders and like pages, but that's it. And I don't want to go down there for that. And then you start seeing all the people you don't want to see and hearing all the lingo you don't want to hear because it's already on YouTube. It's already on Instagram. It's already everywhere else. I am not. We are pretty much. I don't know if Scott's down in the cities, or I thought at some point he's over by Fargo. Either way, I'm not near him at all. I'm sure the closest would be like 4 or 5 hours, because that's where I'm at. Is pretty much the Arrowhead of Minnesota, way up there. So, but no,
So
that no shows. And then there's the one in, I think it's Earl Brown. I don't that down in the city. That's where I saw Smitty Sevens that one year. It was like 2012. Before went to the Philippines the second time, and I think Fraylin was there and somebody else. I don't know, but oh, Will was there too. But it's like
Jeff,
I didn't see them. Yeah, Jeff. But I didn't see them. But that a decent show then because it's got auto guests. I'm sure, and again, this is everything's on steroids now. Where it was like, okay, back then I got to meet Reggie Jackson. That was cool. But otherwise, it's like now you're going to have like 25, 35 guests because you're trying to get everybody into the space that you can. If you want to meet and greet, Pokemon, modern, vintage, wax. I mean, you're trying to get everybody to come through the colander. You don't care who it is, but you want to have every opportunity to get people in there and not like segregate against any portion of the community. This isn't Strongsville. The kings of the vintage. Take your chariot and go off a cliff. O'Doyle rules.
and Vincenzo for a while went to. Was it the same show that you would typically go to?
3 of them. There's
Three of 'em?
Troy. There's Troy. There's the Elks. And Downriver, which was Terrytown. Or, yeah. That's the one where there were boxes of 05, 06. No, 15, 16 OPG Platinum for like $89 a box, and now they're like $300 or $400 a box. That's McDavid's rookie year. Vinny screwed up. Taylor, thank you, not Terrytown. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff frequents those. That's where I met Jeff for the first time because he was like, I watch Carlos, and I'm like, he's like, oh, Vinny. I'm like, and then, yeah, I haven't been to a show since 23. Even though right now I'm packing Christmas boxes.
Well, yeah, because I was trying to think. Because you didn't go to one after National. It was before National.
I haven't gone one. Yeah, I went right before National, and I haven't been one since. I got too much shit to go through.
You don't say.
Yeah,
It's a very bad problem to have.
and I had today. I was barely able to walk because I picked up a.
Mike, I know it gets confusing. So
Yeah.
So Vinny's originally from that area.
Yeah.
He lives in Michigan.
Yeah, I'm in Michigan now. Yeah. So yeah, Pittsburgh, they have the big one at they have one at the Expo Mart. I think they still have it every year. And then the one that's in Washington, PA, there's an old mall, right? And they I think all the stores with pennies is out of that. They have a big ass card show there. I know Bob and the dude went there. So that's probably a decent one. This
So-
is one
so
of
to give you
Dave's
an-
cards down here.
So to give you an idea, Mike, like I'm the only one in this grouping, not including Bob when he shows up, that lives in a state that doesn't begin with the letter M. Everybody else here,
Yep.
Missouri, Michigan, Minnesota, and then Texas. And then you have Bob in Edward
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania.
And that might as well be two states because Philly and Pittsburgh, two
Opposite
different
ends of the
freaking
spectrum.
universes. And like I said, I never met Bob, and I lived in Pennsylvania for 30 odd years. And it takes me moving here to meet Bob Lewis. So it's just one of those things. You could go around and never. Sorry, had a piece of frog tape on my shoulder. It's just one of those things nice about the hobby. It's the people.
Yep. I've always explained to people, and of course, they kind of look at you like you're lost your mind, that probably half the country I could go to and potentially have a place to stay if I needed to.
Yeah.
All because of this hobby of collecting sports cards, which is crazy when you think about it. But, and then Michael has, you go to, well, I was getting ready to say, like, I know you went to the card show in the card shop at Ryan's, and then you went to another one.
Yeah, the Columbia show is a regular show.
Columbia. That's what I was trying to.
I've been to the Machinist Hall show. That's a regular one as well. It's like quarterly or every other month, something like that. But I have to go to, that's in St. Louis. The Columbia show's an like 50-minute drive from me. It's easy to get to. Ryan doesn't set up at that one. He comes there to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's put on by Chase from the dugout there in
Right.
Como.
Yep.
Now Ryan again here the week 15th and 16th. He's doing another card show in the shop. 2 days, 10 vendors Saturday, 10 new vendors on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that.
And PSA will be there taking orders on site.
Oh, so, I guess I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Well, my Instagram feed is all jacked up for whatever. Like, there's times like I'll scroll for 10 minutes, and like and post or whatever, and something will pull up in my Instagram feed from like 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm going like,
yeah, Instagram, you cannot sort it to be most recent. That's one really bad thing about Instagram.
Well, if I'm being, and I knew that, but like if I'm being honest, there was a moment in time to where I wasn't checking Instagram as often as what I was. Mm-hmm. So I found like if you don't constantly stay on top of things, shit gets lost.
Yeah, and not just that, you'll see like, oh, that's a post from a follower. That's a post from a follower. Then there will be sponsored suggestions. You'll go through 10 of them before you get to do another one that you actually follow. And it's super annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. What's up, Scott?
But there's a bigger show up in Kansas City that they have a lot of tables. They have everything there, but they have a lot of people there doing signings and whatnot, like Dave's talking about, where there'll be 15 or 30 different people there signing stuff. I have not been to that show before. There was a hotel show up in Kansas City that I went to a couple different times years ago. John and I went to them. Well, it would have been like 2012, 2013.
Oh, wow.
Right around then. Well, it had to be 13 because Eddie Lacy was signing at one of the shows that we went to.
Okay. Yeah, then
it had to be 2013.
Okay.
When he was a rookie. But yeah, there's a lot of different shows here in Missouri there, and I just don't go to many of them because, as you can see, the stuff that I've picked up from the shows that I've gone to, whether it be at Ryan's or this Columbia show, none of them are my Packers shit.
No.
None of them are my Favre and Rodgers because that stuff isn't at these shows. They just aren't.
And you may see a few of them at the National if you're lucky.
If I'm lucky.
Yep.
And that's just like Dave was talking about, rarity with stuff. Like you said, you can go to, if you're looking for a downtown of somebody, there's going to be at least 10 of them in the room if it's a good size show. Especially like at National, you're going to be able to find 20 of the card you want if that's what you're looking for, as opposed to, like you said, with the Roethlisberger rookie, or me looking for, at the time when I was going to the Nationals, specifically like Clay Matthews stuff, I might not see one over the course of the 3 days that I'm there. And that's generally how it goes. Because that's just not the stuff that sells now. Because most of the time these dealers and everything, they're not really selling to collectors. They're selling to other dealers so they can flip them or put them in their repacks or whatever it is. And they're not going to put cards in there that they need a collector to walk up and buy because it's taking up valuable space for the shit they know they can flip.
Yep. They want something that's a quick mover. That's it.
Yeah, they're
liquid.
They're not hoping that
Another weird.
They're not wanting to get the card to the collector. That's not their end game.
No, not the ones where we see these stupid vintage folks and I want to get it to its final home or whatever, its final collection. It's like, no, that doesn't exist. There isn't a final collection. It's long term, like, location it's going to be at, maybe, but then again, a lot of folks these days, if it's something that all of a sudden pops, well, I got it for 400. I look at sales and it's 15 to 2. Yeah, it's that's the amazing part. It's like people, and that's where again the placeholder comes into place. But to answer Mike's question, I haven't been to Expo. I know I'll speak for Vinny. Vinny wants to go up there as well. That's something we want to do, and
as do I.
But yes, you don't want to look at hockey. I know, even though you're the Oracle and you want to flip through your Dallas Stars checklist of every card ever and fill that.
You're so funny, Dave.
Complete that. I know, go up there. We've said it many a time. Have a beer with Jeff, Bobby, Carlos, Eric, Paul, Joe, Yannick. If I forgot you, I don't mean to.
Mike, Canadian Cards, even though we've had a drink with him, but still.
Jeremy Lee.
No.
Have a seltzer with Jeremy Lee.
No.
A glass of warm milk with Jeremy Lee.
No. How about a nice glass of Shut the Hell Up?
Hey. It's not on the menu.
Sure it is. It's there at the very bottom in
Where?
But yeah, that'd be something fun to go to and just putz around, because again, I feel Vinny and I would see a lot of stuff that we really enjoyed.
The last 2 ones I had all intentions of going to last fall. And then my buddy who I was going with, his kid made the playoffs, so we couldn't go. This year, I had plans to go this week. And, well, I got a new job. And my brother passed away. And everything changed. So, life happens, and it's taken me away from it. But it's like shit happens. So I'm going to get up there eventually, because I talked to Jeff a couple days ago or yesterday, and he asked me, he goes, it'd be really awesome if you could come and you'd have so much fun. I'm like, yeah, I know. So I just got to live through Paul and Joe. I gave Joe my top list, so him and Paul will probably look for some of my stuff, see if they can find something in my top 25 list. And I still got to update it, because that list I know is solid. because I don't have anything on there. I would love to get like one of those cards and send them money and get one of them, but if not, I'm cool. But because right now I really don't. I don't mean to sound terse or horrible, but I really don't give two shits about the hobby right now. I'm trying to get back in. Like I said, I got my ComC box, and when I said to Michael, I said it was 16 pounds. And Michael's like, "You're absurd, sir, because you don't measure it in the cards you got. You measured in the pounds." And I just looked over, and I have another stack of cards here that I moved yesterday. Dave, I'm pretty much done for you next year. I overbought things, so I'm gonna do something. And Steve's not here, but this is Dave's stuff for next year now because I already filled up his box for this year. And then I know, Steve, I hope you're sitting down wherever you are. I'm gonna hold these for you for next year because I already. This is. That's the Steve box right there. So I've got everybody's done for 20. I had to mark the Canadians 2024 and 2025 because I haven't sent 2024 yet.
Huh.
And apparently they're back open, but I'm going to give it like 2 more weeks and then ship Paul's. I need to ship Joe's, and I need to ship Yannick's stuff. So what I want to do is like sort of put a box within a box, sort of the Michael concept, but a little bit different, where I separate the 24 and 25 stuff so they can open 24 and 25. And like Paul, I want you to open like 24, then 25, but Joe, I want you to open 25, then 24.
You're gonna have to put instructions in all these boxes.
I'm gonna have to have everybody else is good. We just don't start with 11 and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So when I wrote them out, I think on Michael's number 1, I put, "This is not 11. Start here."
Yeah.
And I did stack, and son of a bitch, I stacked them the same way I did last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I thought they slipped, but no, the way I put them.
Nope, you put first, second, just write out the word third.
Yeah,
fourth.
I did. I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, like, I randomly got my hat and I put names from people in the chat and I picked 2 or 3 out of the hat. And I said, every year I'm going to try to randomly go. And then I have a new format for next year. I already started to figure it out. And
what you do is you put them all in there and put one poster that says 1.
Yeah.
And then be done.
Can't do it, Michael. I got a system. When Bob came up with the 12 packages or the 12 cards of Christmas, and ever since then, I'm like, that's my spiel. It's my shtick. That's what I do.
I got to get to shopping. It's more research than anything.
Yeah. Like, I didn't realize I had all this shit sitting here
price.
Yeah. I don't think I've bought, like, I have shit everywhere right now because I just got done putting everything. Like, this is ComC
I've been done with Dave for months.
I'm the easiest one to buy for. But that's what I always hear from you. You're like, oh, you're not though. Like I am.
Dave is the easiest to buy for.
Only
because
it's because it has the 50 million PCs, but it's still one of those in which you like. For me, I always want to go out with a bang. So, like, I've got my eye on something for you, Michael, because for the most part, other than because like Vinny's got one big card. Michael, I've got a card that I'm eyeing for you, and that'll be your big card. Plus, again, like I have like base inserts, parallels, that stuff, the same stuff I do all the time. Again, because I open newer products and you guys don't, and outside of Vinny, but like Vinny hasn't opened really much anything over the last couple of years either. Where this is the only time you're going to get some of that stuff. So it's better to go someplace that's at least going to appreciate it, even though it's not about value or anything along those lines. But again, because
Never is.
you guys don't open shit, therefore you get some of the newer stuff.
Because that'll be one for Michael, but I want to get another one similar to that for Michael. I'm gonna say a lot of it's gonna be beef stick related.
That if you sent me just
Nothing but beef
pack
stick.
of meat sticks, just one pack of meat sticks, I would be perfectly happy.
Well, you know, it's not gonna just be one. That's just a given.
I know.
But again, so like Bob will have multiple just because this sounds really bad, and I don't mean it. His stuff is cheaper. So like I have a budget.
You can get more bang for your buck. That's the
That's a better way of putting it. But like I have a budget that I try and stay on for everybody. And I've got my eye on something for Brad because like I owe Brad for like 3 years of stuff.
Brad,
for you,
the Dolphins.
but for you, Dave, it's one of those in which yes, I know a lot of your PCs and I can find a lot of cool stuff. But at the same time, it's like I want something that's just you wouldn't expect. And it's just always something that you definitely wouldn't like by yourself, which is what I did, in 23.
A framed 24 by 32 picture of me and baseball collector autographed by him with a personalization. That would be something I wouldn't buy and I wouldn't expect. So,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
I'm just saying.
great idea because like I do have a copy of that picture. But yeah, that would be very difficult to ship without it getting ruined.
You gave me 2 parameters. I filled those, and when you come out with the shipping thing, hey, that's not me.
But like the Herbert, like you would never buy yourself a Herbert autograph.
Never.
So, but that's the way I think. Like, again, the card I have for Vinny. I know he wants some of those things, but it's not something that he normally is going to buy. The thing for Michael, for reasons. But so real quick, I know Brad will watch this. Usually he watches it on the replay, but so like Vincenzo, I know was already like hit back Brad. Michael, I know you and I have talked a little bit. Like that there's stuff that we need to send Brad. Like there's at least 3 of us here that need to send some stuff to Brad, right? I did find something. If you guys want to pitch in, just saying.
I haven't bought for Brad yet this year. I was
Oh,
really happy I got to hit him back last year with that Merino from 1 that I had found, that memorable.
Yeah, it was beauty. Absolutely.
God,
it was
that card in person. I was like, man, why can't I have one of these of Farver Rogers? They didn't make them. They don't have them. And it's very frustrating because they are super cool cards.
But like, and Dave, I'll send you a text because like Vinny's on top of his shit. The rest of us not so much. But
Before you continue, let me interrupt you. I'm
no,
gonna do, because you were either out smoking or
I
taking
saw.
out the dogs. Did
No, I
you?
saw. I saw the box.
No. Did you see? This is what I'm holding back. I'm holding back things.
Yes, but I also saw the fucking box too.
Yeah, that's your box. You were the last
I
one.
know. I freaking that's why I sent a message in here like I am too. Because
So
anytime
yeah, like I developed a new format, and I have this year's the last of the old format, and then I'm going to the new format, and it's more feasible for me moving forward because I'm getting old, and well, I got to start thinking about retirement. I know that sounds insane, but plus today I could barely walk because I jacked up my back so bad. And then I got a migraine at the same time. So, and then it's shooting down my leg into my feet. And then I got gout, and it's just was a shit show of a day. And then I'm trying to in meetings on camera. I'm like, yep. We're gonna only I got my answers. This meeting is now adjourned. I have my answers. And it's just one of those days.
Vinny, I'll just take you out to pasture next time I see you and we'll just shoot you.
Nah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm eyeing a few things for Brad. Um,
Oh, this
course-
is cards for
of course, the
Shit.
one thing that is really freaking cool, it's definitely out of my budget, but with a few people, maybe. Actually, I should, and by few, I mean three, like the three of us.
excuse me.
And then I'm trying to think. Dave, you and I still need to find some time. Actually, I should say make time, not find time. Make time. Because I got a few other things that I'm kind of eyeing for him too, as well. Dave, just FYI.
Oh, there's still a bunch of stuff that I've had on that watch list.
I
for
know.
ever.
And I still do too. But
Like,
then I
fuck.
still have to figure out shit for you. That's the other thing. It's like I had an idea for one thing, and I'm like, yeah, kinda, but no. I think I need to go a different route. So I don't know. Michael did very well. Like so. That's the one thing that won't be a surprise that I'll get to watch on the Christmas episode, but good reason that why he shared it because I'm like, yeah, that's fucking badass. So mad props to Michael for that.
That was a fun find.
So, oh yeah, that was pretty freaking cool. Dave, would you care to answer that question, or do I need to make it bigger?
You can try to make it bigger if you want.
Wow.
I do. I pretty much collect anything. I mean, there's stuff out there. Like I'll collect softball too. Shocking, I know.
Yeah, but for good reason. Like you have good reason for that.
It's correct, but yeah. So. Basketball, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and again, it's only up until you got traded to Atlanta. Keon Clark, Lee Nalen,
Michael Jordan, LeBron James,
Hmm.
Kobe Bryant.
Curry, Giannis, Wemby.
Yep.
All autos, all rookie patches, everything numbered to 10 and under.
We're being facetious in case you were wondering. Or
I mean, there's a lot of guys in life that I'd love to collect. I like Iverson. I love Allen Iverson. I mean, that's a guy I want to sit there and just like push everything off to the side and collect all his like rookie.
One thing that has kept me from collecting Russell Westbrook is the fact that I could never get a jersey numbered card of him because he was always wore 0.
makes sense.
Because I love Russell Westbrook. He was the player I liked after Garnett. He was my favorite to watch because there was nobody more explosive than that guy.
No, when he had that one year when he had pretty much like a triple double a game and the most untalked about season.
He did it 3 times.
And that's what. But the last one, I mean, it was like that's all I kept comparing him was like to like Wilt and Russell. I'm like,
And Oscar.
there is no more. Again, I love Jordan. When I think of like great players, Wilt and Russell are the two besides Jordan. And then when you get compared to those two and numbers they put up when there wasn't 30 teams in the league,
Yeah.
Again, yes, that might be a little diluted now, but at the same time, you're putting up stupid video game numbers.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was the first player since Oscar Robertson to average a triple-double in a season. And
Big O.
he did it. Then he did it the next year. And I think he missed a third year in a row in the fourth. So I think it was 3 out of 4 years he averaged a triple-double.
And just because you said that, I don't know if you noticed, but Vinny was writing shit down.
Oh, fuck.
This is why I try to not say very, very many things.
Jeff, if Jeff's still in here, it's like a commercial you see around here. It's shut the F up about the lawyers that they play on TV always and they bleep it out. That's me. Just shut the F up around me because if not, notes will be taken.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he's always listening, and I think what pisses me off the most about Vinny, especially when we've had conversations about let's work out a trade for something, and then the motherfucker decides to send shit to me.
Yeah.
When I told him not to.
Yeah.
Kind of royally pisses
I got
me
basketball
off.
cards. Wait a minute. Sorry.
Like there's so many like sets from like 92 to
Hi, beautiful.
95. The one set, and again, I had it when it came out, was like the Kobe Topps Draft Redemption. I had a bunch of that shit. And
Yeah,
that
so
was
you mentioned that last week.
And that's a set that I've always enjoyed. Because again, if I can pick up the Antoine Walker for like whatever it was, $7, like okay, that just put that feather back in the cap too. So down the road, along with the other 18,000 set,
You could buy his card for $7, but you couldn't borrow $7 from him.
no, he wouldn't even have like $7 in coupons on him.
Yeah, that poor bastard.
Oh man, he had some terrible advice.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a lot of just like shit bags in there. There's John Wallace, I think Tony Delks in there. Yeah, get some good solid players. You got Derek Fisher, Jermaine O'Neal, Camby Man, Allen, Starchild.
The problem is in basketball is these guys that you name, they're every basketball player that's out there, somebody super collects them.
Yep.
And
pretty much
their rare stuff is very expensive. It's hard for me to comprehend because football's not expensive when you compare it to the other sports. It's mostly basketball. Basketball is just a whole different market.
Is that a 6-way?
It is. of the Phillies. Michael Jack, Dale Murphy, Jim Thom, Kurt Schilling, Steve Carlton,
Jim Thom.
Yeah. And then the right fielder that I oh so dearly love, who hopefully isn't on a drug boat from Venezuela at any point in the near future, Mr. Bobby Abreu. So, yeah, they're back to Mike. It's like, yeah, when these guys say there's 18,000 PCs I've got, I wouldn't say 18,000, but it seems that way when I can name off guys I like. Vinny, that's a card set I like. A card that I wouldn't mind having another one of. There's a lot of players I wouldn't mind collecting, especially if there's like a Mega Millions or a Powerball in the future. That would be easy to, like Bob Gibson. I love Bob Gibson, but I just don't get anything. That's always a guy, just a badass out there. Somebody that actually brought fear to other players in a time where there's a lot of guys out there that could bring fear to others. He was one that people actually were fucking verbally scared of. Like, I don't want to play against him.
Now, Bob Gibson and George Brett were two guys that I really looked at collecting and thought about it. And then whenever you search on eBay and I find the cool stuff of them, each one of those guys has their own Black Rose seller.
Okay.
There's all the really cool Bob Gibson stuff. It's one guy. It's all high priced. It's been listed the same prices for years and years and years. And it's the same with George Brett. There's a guy with an incredible collection of tons of stuff numbered out of, 3, 5, 10, all the really cool old, Tools of the Trade autos and Donruss, just all the really cool old sets. But unfortunately, they're all like $6.99 or best offer. It's like, no.
Yeah, that still pisses me off, that Black Jade Rose or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah, it went from Black Rose to now it's Ed's Virgin Guitars is the username. It's no longer Black Rose.
Well, regardless.
Yeah, they ruined Flawless and National Treasures for collectors.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you could filter them out.
Yeah, because they've got quite a few TDs from first year Flawless that I don't have, and I'm not gonna pay that price.
Well, they have a bunch of first year Flawless Favre patch autos, and I think the cheapest one listed is like 8,000 or 9,000.
Yep. Bullshit.
Well, that was one where you said too that Smitty was able to pick up maybe Eric Berry way back when, like a deal.
Yeah, one of the few people.
I picked up something from him, and it was one of the NT. It was Donald Driver 101. Was it Reebok patch? I think it was the Reebok. No, I'm pretty sure it was the Reebok patch 101. And the patch was in upside down. But anyway, I think I got it for like $300 or $350 for the 101 patch auto. It's at the time that was probably $150 card max. So I had to double what it was in order to get it. But we can blame Luke for Black Rose. Luke was the one who pushed it over the edge. Because they had busted a bunch of NT enlisted, and they had a bunch of the NFL greatest, and that's what Luke was collecting. And Luke got the jersey numbered Barry Sanders 20 out of 25 off of them, and got it for really cheap. And then he may have got one more cheap, and then all of a sudden he offered on, I think it was Ed McCaffrey. I think Ed McCaffrey's the one who did it. He put an offer in on it. They declined it and then raised the prices on every single card they had listed.
Well, of course.
And then it just got more obnoxious from there when they started busting all the cases of Flawless. And then they would go out and buy up Flawless just to relist it with their big prices. But majority of the stuff they have listed, it was from case breaks of they just bought cases and busted themselves.
Back when it was actually affordable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you consider, what, $1,500 affordable.
Yeah, and what NT at that time was like $400 or $500 a box, something like that. So if you had a four box case, it was
$1,600. Yeah.
$1,600 to $2,000 for a 4-box case, and they busted tons of them, obviously, because they have great stuff. They just have it at absolutely insane prices that they'll never sell, and I think that's kind of the point. They just
But here's the thing: like, the whole point of doing something like that is to potentially recoup your money.
You would think.
So, like, $3,000 a case for Flawless, and most likely at the time of 2014 National Treasures, 2013, 2014 National Treasures, if you were buying multiple cases, you could probably get it for $1,500. So you open 10 cases of Flawless at $3,000. That's $30,000. You open 10 cases of freaking NT at $1,500. That's 15 grand. So let's just say that that's all they opened. That's almost $50,000.
That's a Toyota.
And you're not recouping any of your money if you're not selling anything.
But they made all their money on guitars. That was the thing. They did the card thing just for fun. They made tons of money on guitars.
Well, and good for them. But
yeah,
like, again, if I'm sitting there thinking about recouping some of that cost, because if not, you've pretty much blown that money.
Yeah.
And if you really don't want to sell shit, and this is the other thing that agitates me. If you're wanting to play the power game, great. But why continue to pay the money to list shit if nothing's going to sell?
Yeah.
You're just continuing to spend money.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but
yeah, let's spend 50 grand, not make anything back, and continue to pay relisting fees.
But I know there's been a lot of people out there who have just bit the bullet and paid insane prices. I've seen people that have paid $1,500 for a $100 card.
Yep,
just because you can't find it anywhere else. They have the monopoly on it.
Yeah, not gonna do it.
No.
But and we've said it before, a lot of the times, again, with our collections, like, again, where I'm at the point with the Josh Johnson shit, it's like, do I wish I got that super now that went for like $225? It's like, I do, and that's what I try not to think about it, because the more I think about it, I'm like, then you're like, I should have bid $250. It's like, well, no, that's still unreasonable. I mean, the 06 Topps Chrome, the 06 Topps update, the Chrome Rookie, that's like a box top or refractor, 25. I've never seen that. I've seen like 2-3 copies of other players, and that's it. If it's out there, the Zumaya Johnson dual logo, man, from Ultimate. Again, and then I think the super from Finest. But I mean, that's the stuff where I'd consider dipping into stuff that I would normally not even like begin to consider. Like the stuff that are like the Lombardi, the Night Train. I don't want to give those up, but in the same sense, I've just about dug myself to China with the Josh Johnson collection. I might as well dig all the way to there. It's not like I'm going to find somebody to take this. It's going to all be something at some point in time that's gonna go in one fell swoop. It's not gonna get cherry picked because again, the only stuff that would get cherry picked is the ultimate multiple autos like Verlander and Kane, Wainwright, the exquisite dual autos. Some of the stuff with like Miggy on there, but I'm like that's the stuff where again, if I'm a huge collector of Braylon Edwards, and Braylon Edwards is a flawless 101. Number to 3, number to 8 to 15 to 25. Black Jade Rose has the 1 to 3 and to 8. I'm like, I don't want to spend 600 on that. But in the same sense, if it's the 1 to 3, it's like, I know I'm not finding that. It's a 12-year-old card or whatever it is. What those aren't popping up. Again, back to the scarcity of a downtown or a downtown gold or a
But
PSA downtown gold. It's like there's 10 of them. You don't need a lump sum of scarcity because it's a 10. That doesn't matter. It's still a card number to 10. So when you say pop one of a card to 10, it's still rare. That you're
But-
not making it extra ultra super duper rare.
but it's manufactured scarcity.
You know what's not scarce? The 8 gabillion of a card that they made in 1958 or 52, and they stuck them in the river. So, whatever. I
Well, again,
chew your nuts, everybody. Chew your nuts. If you don't have nuts, chew your ovaries, whatever it is. Or if you don't have either, whatever. Just
Do
chill.
something.
God,
Printing-
just let it go. Mother of
printing
pearl.
less. Well, printing less of a year's product is manufactured scarcity.
1992 Bowman.
Even in your 50s and 60s sets, like print runs were nothing comparative to now. So that's technically manufactured scarcity. So like you have a hole in your argument. Just because something is serial numbered, yeah, okay, it's manufactured scarcity. What's your point? In the 90s and 2000s, those serial numbers weren't as frequent as the shit now. You're right. Ultra modern serial numbered stuff is not scarce because there's 15 million of them. But in the 90s and the 2000s, I beg to differ. A card in 97 numbered to 5
Oh fuck.
is
Good luck.
even more difficult than a 101 now.
Just buy all the copies, like I do.
So it's all relative. Like anybody can spin a talking point any way that they want to try and prove a point. I just never understood the point of it. Because rarity is also relative. You have to look at the big picture and not just, focus on one aspect. It's not that granular. It's a lot more complex than that. Because how many times have we talked about early 90s stuff? Serial number to 10,000.
Darnus Elite.
That's where I'm going with. Like, yeah, there's 10,000 of them, but how many are out there right now? I'll wait. Exactly. So it all depends on how you want to spin the narrative, because everything can be spun one way or another depending on what point you're trying to prove. Which is why in certain situations, why bring up those conversations? because for anybody who's been in the hobby space forever and a day can poke holes in any argument. That's not rare. That's manufactured scarcity.
Kiss my ass. You try to find one of these sons of bitches.
Vinny, cool your jets. Chew your nuts.
They're upstairs. They're cashews, and they're delectable.
We understand.
Oh, I know you do. I'm just being a dick.
You don't say.
Never did that before.
Yeah, wow. I'm glad I'm sitting down for that, man. That's a freaking, that's manufactured scarcity. Grading. Just
That's
saying.
got to be an emerald out of 5.
It is.
Let's see if we can find it on here.
Oh, it's there.
Isn't that what you want? Is manufactured scarcity?
No.
It's like, I mean, shit. That's the one you want to get. If that's Tom Brady, you know how much it's a house in with these yahoos. But
But like, if you really want to talk about manufactured scarcity, that's what grading is.
exactly.
That's if you want to throw that out there, then let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Pop 1s, pop 3s, pop 2, like that's manufactured scarcity. Serial numbers, as far as I'm concerned, and this is my opinion, and I'm not speaking for anybody else but my own. A serial number does not necessarily dictate manufactured scarcity. Just because there is a limit to the number of cards.
Joe Nobody. But what, second year exquisite, first year?
I don't know. That's what I was getting ready to ask.
0405 on that one.
RPA.
A true
RPA. There's another true RPA.
Okie Doke State, Joey Graham. We remember him. I don't remember who the fuck is this? Bernard Robinson. I don't remember him in college. Joey Graham, I do. But again, cool cards. I think they were $6-7 each from the same seller. So
I like that, Scott. Pop 0.
Yeah. Whatever you collect is your bag, baby. It's like, but like Dave, have you seen these for anybody recently? This is etched in time, so you could see there's Lemieux's face here. It's the same thing as his face there, and then it's etched over here. I mean, I've seen 2 of these in the last 8 years. Maybe I missed them, but this popped up on ComC. It was Mice Rule. He's a guy on YouTube. He's in Canada. He picks up all this stuff at the card show and throws it on ComC. This popped up, and I was like, for the most reasonable price under the sun, I'm like, yes, please. I put money in my account and I bought it because I don't see this. This is heads up. This is a Jeff Morris product out of Pacific. I mean, it is just cool as shit. I mean, this is what does it for me. So that's what I buy. And then there's e-pack stuff that you just can't get. If they don't pull it in e-pack, then guess what? It don't exist. There's an ovation out of e-pack. There's maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of these hanging around. Because if you don't pull them out of e-pack, they don't exist. They don't print them. I mean, that's the thing about ComC when they had the e-packs for Upper Deck. That's how you get all these. I mean, those are all cranked up. And you just, as the e-pack pulls, you grab the shit. So you try to put the sets together because they start at $8.99, and then there's $5.99, $3.99, $1.99, 99, 50, 25, 10, 5, and 1. And it's not easy to put together. Somebody wanted like 400 for, I think one of them to 25. I was like, it's a little too rich for the old blood. But it's, I mean, usually relatively, they're decent prices, especially, that's why you have to watch. There's so many platforms out there and there's shows. And like Michael said, that stuff doesn't end up at shows,
Mhm.
unless it's in a dollar bin that somebody broke a bunch of stuff. But that's a place where you go and you look, and you might go in a dollar bin and some person had hit. All of a sudden, you have a numbered 5 something sitting in a dollar bin, and it's worth $3,000. You don't know. You just keep looking. Estate sales, yard sales, whatever you want to do. Strongsville, the Philly show, whatever you want to do. That's your cup of tea. Do it, but just don't say everything's the end all and be all. You've experienced a microcosm in this world because you haven't been here, 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 here. There might be something in Duluth, Minnesota that's the greatest freaking vintage show ever. I know you're shaking your head, but it's theoretical. We don't know. We all experience our little piece of the known universe. We don't know what's hiding out there. You might go to Dubuque, Iowa, if that's even, is that Dubuque, Iowa? I don't know.
It is.
Ottumwa,
I've
Iowa.
got I've got family in Dubuque, Iowa. I was born
Uh,
in Ottumwa, Iowa.
Yeah. It's like you never know. Some guy could have collected the vintage from the pack into some kind of container that he crafted or she crafted or they crafted, and it's pristine as shit, and it's been sitting in a box, and he's on his deathbed and goes, "Hey, look at all this stuff," and it's a 52 mantle that would grade a 10. Well, it probably would grade a 9 because we know we're not giving out 10s on that, but it's that kind of stuff that you're just sitting somewhere. You never know. I still say Pennsylvania, all these guys, when I was young, all these pensioners, as we call them, like that were in the coal mine, the steel mill, they bought all these boxes of cards and they just stored them somewhere. So, I mean, that's what they would do. They would go buy boxes of cards for whatever, and they just store them, thinking that one day that they could use them to buy tires or what have you. It was their thought pattern. So you could go there. I mean, I remember my brother's buddy, his dad would every payday he'd buy a box of cards, and he has some crazy stuff: basketball, football, baseball, hockey. But at the 5 and 10 in Republic, he would buy a box of cards every Friday, and he would just put them on a shelf, and there they sat from 1990 to 2010 when it closed. So what could possibly be there? A lot of stuff. Upper Deck 2005, 06, OV, and Sid. I mean, just for something that would catch my radar. But it's what people do. You never know what's out there. It's all, like I said, it's all relative to your experience.
Well, and Dave, since you brought up downtowns, uh, prime example, because like TD has, he's got older
Mhm.
downtowns, but he's got one in 24, Donruss, and an Optic.
Mhm.
I currently have 46 on
Copies.
my no on my ended list. 46 of them since August that I have added to the watch list, and I just let them sit. And I'm willing to bet I probably have another 15 or 20 on the active watch list. Case in point, they're not rare.
No. And again, don't get me wrong. They're cool looking. I like it.
I want one. I want one.
At the same time, people just like Black Friday from 1996 Furbies. That's basically what people are doing to get these downtowns. When you watch any of this card show, like the recaps or that'll be like my what do you call it? Like the watch parties. I will watch like the stuff from the point of view of the dealer or whatever, like JT stuff. Hate to watch Santiago, but I watch it because it's long form and he has the tendency, or his minions have the tendency to pick up some of that stuff from the late 90s, early to mid 2000s that we really like. Even if it's a Barry Sanders where I'm not going to be picking that up, I like seeing it. So I'll watch that. Again, even though his business dealings are not the most, I'd say, polite, and he's very crass for a business person. But I'll watch that, and you see the same. It'll be like, hey, this is going to be like an $800 job now and whatever. And no, I can't do better than 800. Like, okay. And the guy will buy it right then. And it's like, hey, you want 750? He wants. It's like, well, no. And again, if that's something that we think about in our realm of what we're looking for, a Lemieux to like 20, a Lemieux to 27 out of Atomic, a Favre or a Rogers jersey numbered whatever. For us, yeah, that $50, it's a chunk of money, obviously. In the same sense, if Michael wants that jersey numbered whatever it is of Rogers or Favre or Charles Woodson or whoever it is that he's going to plunk that money down. But something that Vinny wants that he's been looking for on the top, let's say 50 Lemieux. I think for the newer collectors from COVID on, and I think, again, this is society as a whole, it's that it's not just the negotiation, and it's not just the feeling of, hey, I got a good deal, or I won on this because I didn't have to pay. They asked $750, I paid $740. It's gambling. Everything is a gamble, and that's your those endorphins are pumped out. It's like, yeah, the adrenaline, everything is pumped out where you're excited to get that deal. You're excited to feel like you won something, and it's like I find that Northcutt. I have to pay $50 for a Northcutt. That people are lining up with 2x4s to be hacksaw Jim Duggan, and my head is the coconut that got hit over Snooka's head. They just don't care. That's stupid to them. But it's for me, it's like I'm not going to see that again because if I've waited 25 years to find something or see it, it could have been $100, and I would have hit it. It doesn't matter because it's something that isn't the last month that it's been out. It hasn't been released a month ago, and I'm looking for this card. It's like,
No, we're talking decades.
You don't know the length of a search. You know what a length is, but it's like no. Going 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 months, you're like, that's a drop in the bucket. Going a decade plus.
I'm almost 13 years into my search for the 2012 Black Friday cracked ice auto of Clay Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday's coming up from 2012. That's 13 years it will have been, and I've still never seen it for sale. And I will buy it when I see it. I don't care if it's $500. I will buy it. That's how it is with some cards.
Yeah, they're out there, but
Yep.
where?
Yeah.
Like
See,
where?
somebody's
Especially now.
got to take the time to list it.
And that's like now with the last 4 or 5 years, you think everything would come out of hiding that would be available. People
Yeah.
see card stories on MSNBC, CNBC, in Forbes, in the New York Times, whatever it is. It's like this isn't just like your kids fucking collecting Pokemon and playing a game. This is big money now. So you think, well, what have I got of this stuff? I need to see if I've got something I can cash in on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you just wish timing was right on everything that you wanted to pick up, and it would show up at a decent price. But a lot of times that doesn't happen. So.
Anywho, it's approaching 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna call it a night.
Yeah, get to sleep.
Yeah, it would be great if next week's show was Monday night. Because we've got weird schedule here. Monday we get off work at noon, and then Tuesday is Veterans Day, so we're closed. So I get off at noon on Monday and don't have to go back to work till Wednesday.
Yeah, Trista's got, I think, what is it, Monday? She took Monday off and gets Tuesday off, so she's got like 4 or 5 days. I'm just like,
yeah, that's a good feeling. What? As always, good talking with everybody.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll be back here again next week.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Good night, Michael.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then seeing all the nonsense that's been for the placeholder, that's just Joe doing some very deep dive. That's in the group text with that stuff. I'm just like, the bro pricing, which isn't the bro pricing, it's you're getting shimmied and shamrocked, as it were. It reiterates to the thing that's been said many a time. Money is the root of all evil, and that people will do a lot for money in various ways, shapes, and forms. Buying collections from unsuspecting people or desperate people, and then trying to turn a profit that is not becoming of what you think of yourself in the community or what others might think of you.
Yep.
Whatever.
To each their own.
As who was it? Sean Connery said in The Rock. I think it was The Rock. My soul's prepared. How's yours? I think that was The Rock. That's a question you got to ask yourself.
The Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah. Whatever people want to do in life, that's their thing. And
Karma.
karma, call it fate, karma, whatever you want to call it.
Karma.
I love Boy George. He was an interesting character. He still is an interesting character. And it's funny because I went past my daughter's bedroom the other night and she was listening to Ozzy. Those are good things. And then I'm like, wait a minute, is that Oingo Boingo? And she's like, I was like, what are you listening to? She's like, Oingo Boingo. I'm like, son of a bitch. It's what she's listening to. And then I know Eric's happy because she'll play Kiss like 3 or 4 times a day and just like put songs on repeat. And I'm like, okay, switch it to some other song. You know, there's only so many times you can hear, you know, I Was Made for Loving You is her favorite Kiss song. And she had that thing on repeat. I came up and down the steps 4 or 5 times down here doing stuff, and I'm like, Kiss has other songs. They have other songs. Try some. Then when I keep on giving her suggestions, she's like, Dad, you some of the music you like's really good. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm aware.
That's why I like
All the
it.
music I like
that's
is
why I
good.
listen to it.
Yeah, I listen to all the good stuff.
All
Nobody's-
relative.
Except unlike Robert, who actually listened to it, Matt Mason, which nobody wants to listen to.
I still got to get to that. I seen it in a thing. What's the one guy that I'm guilty of repeating this song? What the heck is it? Hold on, let me think of what it is.
Typing is not thinking.
The Barney theme song?
David Kushner, Daylight. Did you ever hear that tune?
I know
He's
it was
got
on the countdowns.
Yeah, and that song just it's freaking deep, and
Again,
it's about addiction, and it's just it is.
Listen to it. God damn it.
What?
Huh? Well,
He was trying to talk over you, so of course, like it's all you hear is
oh, sorry. Continue.
Matt
Dave.
Mason. Maeson. That's my cue. Cringe. Nelson Wood Lane. Downstairs. Hallucinogenics. All My Wars. That's one. That'll be one you'll enjoy.
Guns and Guitars. Where I've Been. He
Pretty
has a
much
Bob Lewis look to him in this picture I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's very much in that vein.
To each their own. Whatever.
Anything again, I buy into more of the personal hardships. I don't want to listen to like manufactured drama. That doesn't do me any good. That's what the YouTube card community is. So
Manufactured drama.
yeah, I don't need to be listening to
Some of it can be, that's for sure.
Taylor Swift and all that BS. Again, couple songs on that new album are listenable, but
Not my cup of tea, so it ain't happening.
it's not mine either. But it's not like it's the worst thing in the world. It's not Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie trying to sing. So
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, I still want my whatever 15 seconds back. God, that was horrible.
the worst.
I think I had nightmares about that shit that night too. God, that was so bad.
Talk about money grabs.
Right?
Make it while you can make it.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's true, but at the same time, history's unkind to these folks for a reason.
True.
I've heard some bad stuff, but I think that thing that thing was wow. How you came across that, Dave, is beyond me. Next time you come across something like that, please don't share it. Please.
You know I will.
Yeah.
I just, God, man. I don't think a word has ever been invented for something that atrocious. And the sad thing is I managed to watch the whole freaking reel, which granted is not very long, but like, why? Why? Why did I do that?
The angelic tune of the voice. You're just like, oh.
Or lack thereof. Makes me wonder if they thought it's like if they're both tone deaf or something. Because everybody can sound good in a freaking recording studio, but not so much.
Auto tune is your friend.
Yeah, ask T-Pain.
But he sings really good without it.
But I mean, he made his name off auto tune. He got popular in what, like 07, 08, and then.
Yeah, because all the stuff we grew up with, there was none.
No.
Like you actually had to
carry a tune.
So I'm on MSN.com and I'm scrolling through the highlights. So like 6 of them in is sports card investor. The golden age of sports card collecting is now. And it's him going, it's like, really?
Well,
really?
All this stuff is mainstream media, and hence when you bring stuff more into the forefront and the limelight and put on this positive spin on this, which for all of us here and in the chat probably still left, know that it's not all rainbows and toilet flower cards and all that kind of stuff. And we wonder why card shops are continuing to get broken into, why thefts are still happening at card shows. And again, it's not that I'm knocking the news media for any of this, but the more you put shit out there, the more you put focus on something, it's going to create also bad publicity. And the bad publicity aspect is the theft. I saw something the other day, freaking a news story, and I don't remember where it was, but it was at an antique mall. And this old dude, and by old dude, I'm talking probably in his late 60s, early 70s, got caught swiping SpongeBob cards at an antique shop, at an antique mall.
Oh, I hope. How serendipitous is this? That I'm actually watching. I came across YouTube, and it literally, this is what I'm fucking watching at this moment. What you're just
at an antique mall.
Mimi's Antiques.
Yeah, and freaking like the camera, like there's no doubt about it.
It's right there. Yeah, this guy's probably early 60s.
that's fucking funny. But yeah, I saw it yesterday.
Wherever Warrenton is, I think it's set out. The news is like St. Louis. So I don't know if, yeah, Fox 2 News St. Louis. I don't know if Warrenton is somewhere
But
in
yeah,
that part of the world, but it's like,
but yeah, of all like that's the one thing that when you put things into perspective, that's like the least I'm trying to think of the right words here. That is not what you would think of somebody of that age would be doing. Taking SpongeBob cards. Like I get it. If it's Topps Chrome, like that shit was like crazy. But then like I've seen and it's been a while. There was a guy looking through like dollar boxes or whatever, and he's sitting on this chair and like he's looking, thumbing through a box, and then like putting cards up under like the box lid, and then
yep.
it's you're just sitting there going. And if I'm not mistaken, like the whole concept of that video was like this was kind of like a regular customer too.
Mm-hmm.
And thought that, oh, because he was a regular customer and probably spent X amount of money, that he could just do whatever the fuck he wanted. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's going to try and figure out ways to, I don't want to say, well, I guess I will say, take advantage of situations and circumstances. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that where we are in the sports and the non-sports market, it's just stupid. And by stupid, I mean it's the pricing of everything is just crazy. Very few things are down. Almost everything is, I can't even say almost everything is up, but like when you look at things across the board, there's no sign of, it almost seems like there's no sign of slowing. However, I'm sure there are certain aspects within certain sports and certain players or whatever that there may be. But nobody's going to talk about that because they're only going to talk about it with the glass half full type of mindset and everything else, because that's what everybody wants to hear. Which, when we have Ryan on, we leverage his experience and what he deals with from a national perspective or from the shop perspective, because we're right around the corner. I'm sure we'll have him on here before too long because Holiday Mania is right around the corner. And just because like he's doing really good doesn't mean everybody's doing really good. What he's doing is continuing to do really well for them. And from a national perspective, they price their stuff to sell. So of course they're able to move a shit ton of stuff because that's the point of going. You're there to make money.
Yep.
Not to just waste money and pay your booth fees and your hotels and everything else to not sell anything. That's the whole point of being there.
Well,
So,
you're a collector, but you're running a business.
correct.
And running a business means you have to sell stuff to make money, even if you're selling stuff. Maybe some is at a loss, not like a great loss, but you're still selling it because, again, whatever the facts of the matter are, it didn't go as well as you wanted. Or
And
the stuff you're just pushing at you're pushing. I'm like, I'd rather sell it for whatever we got it for.
yep. Well, and that's the same thing of certain eBay sellers, which is what we were talking about earlier. It's the same idea and the same concept. But, at the end of the day, it's better to sell something at a loss than basically like get rid of it. or write it off. So,
Yeah. Move on from it.
but again, just because Ryan, for instance, is doing extremely well in 25 comparative to 24 doesn't mean that that's the case for everybody. So you have to put things into perspective. And as Vinny said, everything is relative. But you can't always throw out that everything is still booming, because nobody's going to talk about the stuff that isn't, because that doesn't bring in views, that doesn't bring in profits, that doesn't bring in AdSense revenue and anything else that you're trying to pander and ponder off on inexperienced people.
And economically speaking, look at some of the headlines in the last couple of weeks of the layoffs and all this stuff. If we're still having that boom of COVID and this hobby, I'm sorry, if I have X amount of money, don't you think it's going to go to a loaf of bread that's now $3 more? Or do you make so much money that stuff's immaterial to you? Cost of living is up and all these things. Cards aren't, like, unless you're flipping and making money on it, it's not a necessity. And I mean, it's cool to have. I mean, like I said, I got a 16-pound box from Comsey. That's disposable income. But when it comes to that's disposable income is exactly what it is. The rest of and most of it was for Christmas stuff. But my point is, there's a lot of other stuff that I'd rather buy or save or do than sports cards. I mean, think about it. It's sometimes I feel like is this so laser focused and etched in everybody that this is the made. I know it's their hobby, but it's like, do you do anything else? I mean, or is this all you do? It's like from I think of a line from, what was it, Hackers? What's that? That's Curtis. What's he do? That's you're looking at it. He just looks fly all day. It's all Curtis does. He just looks good. It's like, shit. What else? I mean, do you go fishing? Do you hunt? Do you play the piano? I mean, I it's like multifaceted individuals growing up. My dad said, always be well-rounded, son. Be well-rounded. It's like Judas Priest. If all we talk about is ball cards, our group chat would be friggin' stupid. It's like, for F's sake. It's like there's just something else. And I get it, vintage and all this stuff, and God bless you. That's your bag. And I will never, if that's what you want to collect, more power to you. And it's interesting. I love that stuff. I'd collect vintage if that was my bag, but it's not. It's not. But it's like, geez, don't harp on. There's just so much things, and people telling you how to collect without telling you how to collect. We're psychoanalyzing friggin' the hobby now, and the mindset. Honestly, if you have the time to psychoanalyze me, good luck getting out of there. Because once you're in, I'm closing the door. Exactly, Hodges. It's all, I love everything. I mean, I just, there's so many things to do and collect, and I buy my daughter a different soccer ball every month. Why? Because I think it's cool. She shows up and her coach goes, "What do you got this month?" I got her a ball from the Bundesliga, which is the German Premier League. Why? Because it looked cool. It's by Select. It's something different. I mean, I know everybody collects cards in here, but I would probably want to know more things that you do other than, we talk about food, we talk about this, music, movies, all this stuff, nostalgia. It boggles my mind that this could be your epicenter of your life. Judas Priest, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, man, I love this hobby, but I was too sucked in. I didn't think about anything else. Now I'm getting back into stuff I used to do before, and I'm like putting together spreadsheets, all the crap I have. Like I collect pens, and I said I'm gonna go through my pen collection. And I was going through the other day. I'm like, shit, I didn't know I had that. That's pretty cool. I haven't used that and wrote with that for a while. So I took it out of the drawer and I sat there and I wrote with it all day. I ordered ink for my fountain pens, like the old-fashioned fountain pens that you know what? I'm probably gonna be traveling for work in a couple weeks. I'm gonna take a fountain pen with me and I'm gonna sit there and everybody's gonna look at because hold on. Hold on.
Just make sure it's not in your.
What did I just
carry-
do?
I don't know. Just make sure it's not in your carry-on because they have a tendency to be a little sharp.
Yeah. But like I'm on an iPad right now with one of these thingies. But this just doesn't have
Stylus.
it doesn't have the je ne sais quoi of say I don't know what's here. Here's a cross. This is a cross something. I don't know what yeah, but it's like I mean this is and you can see
A coffee cup.
yeah. It says I used to live in your balls. Happy Father's Day, Cece.
Yes.
I mean, we gotta be something more, everybody. We gotta have something. I was watching 47th Street in New York, the Diamond District, about all the watches. The big craze now is Rolexes, which, what's his name? Sports Card Radio was talking about. It's huge right now. And watching that, and that's another thing. You pay $5,000 for a basic Rolex, and that's that. And it's just I don't know. There's so many things out there to talk about other than cards all the time. It gets boring after a while. But maybe that's my soapbox for tonight. But I found this 0506 trilogy. I never seen this freaking card ever. I seen it, I bought it. And I'm like, cool. I'll probably never see another one again. But there's a time and place for everything, I guess. I don't know. Maybe
It's
I'm
all
just
relative.
yeah.
But again,
Nice one, Havage. It's my
Yes,
hobby. I got a topper card for you for Christmas. For so I put a decoy on for Magic several years in a row. I found the
I don't know what you're talking about.
I gotta send it to Ed. I gotta show it to him. I'm gonna take a picture of it tonight and send it to Ed. It is the perfect freaking. There's two of them. I already sent him a picture of the one, and he goes, "That is the most brilliant thing for Steve ever," and it's perfect. It's on your big package. But I found another one, and it's just those are the kind of things in life that are the worth because you're creating a memory of this. I don't know. Maybe Vinny's just ranting and he just doesn't know anymore. And he really doesn't care what you think, say, or feel because it's all about me sometimes, which I haven't said ever before. But it's not really all about me. It's about every one of us. It's this family of people that show up here every week and sit in these comments. And
none of us give two flying fucks what anybody think.
I really don't. I'm too old and don't care. These are our people, and this is what we do every week. And I don't care if we get 5 views or 5,000 views or whatever. We're all a bunch of people that hang out. We collect ultra modern to pre-war friggin' General Nimitz card that Ed showed off. Who cares? It's all we all come through cardboard, and we have 18 billion other things we do.
We all come through cardboard?
What? Well, whatever the hell. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just ranting. When have I ever made sense?
Remember, usually you make a lot of sense. Usually No, usually you make a lot of sense,
Yeah.
but like I'm still trying to understand this whole come through cardboard thing. 'Cause,
We
like
all
I don't.
we all come together through cardboard, and
Okay,
we've
then
gone a lot of other freaking directions.
that's better, but still,
Well,
like,
yeah, it's like, you know,
yeah.
it's like
See,
Expo.
look at Dave. Look at Dave. Like he's
I'm
like, I don't know what to think.
think what you normally think.
And
Yeah, I like at this point, whatever. And
Oh,
you know, I'm. It's good to, as Bob would say, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I look forward to today, and today I was feeling so miserable that I was like, I'm not going to make this show. And then we stopped at Haley's. She had to get an injection for her back because it's all jacked up from her. I don't know if it's car accident or whatever it was.
been there,
And
done that.
we brought her dinner, and she's like, my head was just spinning. She comes out and she just says, put out your hand. She goes, take 3 of these. I took them, and within 20 minutes I was feeling great. I texted her, I was like, what did you give me? And it was Tylenol or Advil, one of them, tension headache. And I mean, within 20 minutes it was gone, and all the nausea that I had all day. Plus I had the heat on the seat for uh an hour driving around from practice and everything. So I just put the lumbar, dug it into my back, and hit the heat. So all things nobody wants to care about or say about, but I'm just going to talk about them because frankly I don't care.
Well, that's what we do.
I
On that note,
yeah.
wrap it up, Dave.
I love everybody. Thank you.
if you made it through, thank you for watching. You might need
Especially
some
that
tension
rant. Shit.
You might need some tension headache stuff as well. I think it's Excedrin though. That's what I think.
It is. It's a Cedrin tension headache. That's what it is. Thank you.
Nausea medication because we made you queasy.
Because they've got like a migraine, they got a tension, they have one more. Harkening back to my days as the health and beauty manager.
And
I know.
coming through cards. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I think beauty, I think of Dave Archer.
Said absolutely nobody.
Said me. I love you, Dave. You son of a gun, you.
For coming through cards, it's got to be a die cut.
Acetate.
No, that's just a window. And that's a peeping Tom. So yeah, you're getting something. You're getting yanked, but it's not going to be in the good way. So again, thank you for watching. Don't rip people off because you found a collection named after the $1 Million Man's bodyguard or a famous Atlanta Brave, maybe Kansas City Royal. I think Ozzie Virgil.
Just
remember,
like that, our Hall of Fame hopes are dashed beyond human recognition.
all right, I was looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I'm not going to live forever. Sorry. So, until next week, don't be a lightning bolt. They're no good. Because when you quit the hobby, stay gone. Don't come back a week later. For Vincenzo, Michael, Steve, I'm Dave. Been the IRP. Remember, ripping off collectors to make money, it's a wonderful hobby and a wonderful side hustle. The friendships you forge along the way, they can be cast aside because money means everything. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.